Greetings. Welcome to Beauty and Joy of Computing. In this short video, we're going to have an introduction to a project titled Simple Studio for Character Design and Animation. I know that when I say character design and animation, it sounds very complicated. You are probably thinking about animations, complicated animations like Toy Story, etc., created by Pixar and other companies. Obviously, we're going to have a very simple version of this. What I want to do is I want to quickly show you the coding environment for this project. We're going to be using Snap, UC Berkeley's program, which is an extension of MIT's Scratch program. And what we're going to do, and here is the finished product. And let me just read you. So this is when you open the program, it welcomes the user, and it asks the user to click and drag your mouse on the empty canvas slowly to draw a character. Then use the up, down, right, left arrows to animate your character. And I'll press space to continue here so I can demonstrate. So imagine I was a cartoon artist, and you're going to have to forgive my artistic skills for this. I'm sure you'll do a much better job than I'm doing right now. And I wanted to draw a UFO. And as I'm drawing this shape, all kinds of places on the canvas is being visited by the mouse. And obviously, in order to be able to later animate this shape, I need to keep track of where the mouse X and Y locations have been. And in a minute, when I press the arrow keys, you'll see, so let me move this object up and down, etc. You can see that you could have some kind of an animation where it looks like the UFO is trying to land, maybe it's hovering up and down, etc. Now, the hardest part of this project, in my view, is to understand how would you be able to store the XY locations of the mouse that has been visited. So it is helpful here to remember the data structure that we have studied earlier called lists. Now, lists, you may recall, and I always personally imagine them as a train. Like a train, lists have many components like wagons that are connected to each other. And there is a beginning and an end. So imagine that there is a first one here. Now, when you are working with lists, the wonderful thing about them is you don't need to know ahead of time how many items you need to store. The other thing wonderful about them is there is some implied order to the data that is being stored in the list so that you can access them at will. All right, now let me demonstrate to you how this might be possible to implement in Snap. So as I am moving on the canvas, observe the mouse X and Y locations are being displayed. That means the computer is always conscious where the XY locations are of the mouse. And the moment I start the click and drag function to initiate the drawing, observe I have somehow been able to store the XY values into the list. And every time I make more points in my drawing, those locations are being stored in a list. Let me show you what these lists look like. It recorded, the computer recorded all the visited XY values. In this case, I'm just showing you the Y values, and you can see that as the mouse traveled across the canvas, different XY values have been visited, and all of this has been recorded. Now, you might wonder, why are we trying to store these XY values? In a minute, when we are in the animation phase of the drawing, and let me just go back to the other one, it's easier. when we're in the animation phase, what needs to happen is you have to remember where the old location was so that you can increment them accordingly. For example, if I wanted this this train to go to the left, what I'm doing is every time I'm pressing the left arrow key, I am subtracting from the X values an amount that I have decided ahead of time so that the new drawing could be displayed. Okay, so this should hopefully give you some idea how this might be done. There is a website where step by step you're given some ideas how to get started. I recommend you play quite a bit with the Simple Studio program yourself so that you have a sense how this is supposed to work. And there are some guiding questions and hints which will allow you to design this project in an efficient manner. There are some hint blocks that are given and some videos that hopefully will guide you along the way. Okay? Now, when you're done, I am hoping that you'll have some time to explore some possible extensions of this project. There are some suggested ones there, but you can also come up with your own so that you will actually have more fun and you will own the project. The project will be something that you can be proud of. Alrighty, I hope this was some help. Enjoy and have a lot of fun. Take care.